about Egypt's plans. The floor is yours, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much, and let me start, of course, by stating that it's a great honor and pleasure to be among these top-notch experts and professionals in this very important and crucial issue, which is climate change. I think after the opening session, and was, of course, which has been honored by the presence of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, I think there was a lot of thoughts and ideas that has been stated within the opening speeches. So I will just take the floor and make use of what has been discussed within the opening session to have the opportunity to give more details about the Egyptian program Nowaffi. Egypt, in May 2022, we have launched what we call it Egypt Comprehensive National Climate Change Strategy, NCCS, for 2050. There was 5 main goals within this strategy. Of course, the first one is achieving sustainable economic growth through increasing the share of all renewable and alternative energy sources in the energy mix, in addition to developing new techniques to afford the use of renewable energy sources. The second one was enhancing adaptive capacities and resilience to climate change and alleviating the associated negative impacts. The third one is enhancing climate change action, governance, and management. The fourth is improving infrastructure for financing climate change and climate activities. And the last but not least, enhancing scientific research, technology transfer, knowledge and awareness management for combating climate change, increasing awareness on climate change among different stakeholders. The NCCs, in fact, included 26 top priority projects to be completed by 2030. A subset of these projects within the NCCS have been bundled around 3 main pillars: water, food, and energy, that constitute the Nowaffi program, nexus on water, food, and energy. So the Nowaffi program, or which is, I think, it's an Egyptian initiative towards climate change and achieving, of course, the objective of that all countries are seeking to realize within COP27, is coming in line with Egyptian national climate change strategy, of course, and it is primarily designed based on the interlinkage between energy, water, and food security. So I will just go through, of course, the 3 main pillars of Nowaffi, which is the first one, of course. Strategy is to have an integral part on the National Climate Strategy 2050 and consists of a set of high priority projects and is reflective for the updated NDCs. So if I will go in the different fields, we will find that for the energy sector, we have identified projects, I think, with a total investment of $10 billion. And for which are mainly focusing on replacement of existing inefficient thermal power plants with renewable energy. The food sector projects with a total investment of $3.35 billion. And of course, it is basically focusing on adaptation of crop production in the Nile Valley and Delta, adaptation of northern Delta affected by sea level rise, resilience for most vulnerable and marginal regions, on-farm irrigation of old lands, and establishing an early warning system. The last sector, which is the water projects, with a total investment of $3.35 billion, and this is focusing on water desalination using renewable energy, scaling up solar pumps for irrigation, and improving agriculture climate resilience by modernizing on-farm practices. So, of course, we are counting on, within this three main pillars and their affiliated projects, on partnership with, of course, the private sector, definitely, and also with our international partner. That's why we have been working together very, I think, in a concentrated manner with Ministry of International Cooperation, together with our international partner, to bring together a consensus about who is going to take the lead in organizing and coordinating all the effort to realize our objective on implementing those projects that I have identified. So I think in the pillar of the food, we have identified IFAD to be the key development partner with us to work together in this, in addition, of course, with other partners like the European Investment Bank, the World Bank, IFC, Islamic Bank, Development Bank, European Bank for, of course, EBRD, African Development Bank, and Kuwait Fund, and the Asian Infrastructure Bank also. And for the water pillar, we have identified the main partner is AFDP, and with other, of course, affiliated partners like the EIB, the World Bank, and also IFC and the others. And the last one, which is the energy pillar, we have, of course, agreed together with our strategic partner EBRD to take the lead in this very important pillar. And even we have the privilege to discuss with His Excellency the President, just prior to this round table, how we can work together in much more details about really realizing our ambitious program of transferring 10 giga of, as I was saying, inefficient fossil fueled plants to completely modernize the renewable energy plants that will generate electricity and energy that will benefit, not only benefit Egypt, but also it will be used to benefit the neighboring country and even also Europe through another very ambitious program and projects that we are now seriously discussing with our European partner, which is establishing a cable that will connect Egypt with Europe to transmit and transfer renewable energy from Egypt to Europe. I don't want to take a long time to discuss more details, but again, we are looking forward for your positive contribution to all of these pillars and the affiliated projects. And let me close it like this. We have been, as a government, working very hard within the last, I can say 4 to 5 months to realize those very tangible projects, which will, of course, end up with very tangible outputs and impact positively on the climate change, and of course, to achieve all the sustainable development goals, and of course, what all the world now is aiming to have and aiming to achieve during COP27. Thank you very much for listening, and really looking forward for your positive contribution in that respect.